Hi, Dizzee.
What's happening?
How are you?
I'm good, man.
You look very comfortable, very relaxed, very calm.
You look really radiant as well, man.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited about your album. I feel like I'm more excited about it than you are.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm more like, kind of like, I've heard it a million times already as well, though.
Don't take the fun out of it, though. For people that haven't heard it a million times.
Right.
Since it's been out, it came out a few days ago, you're now in a space where everybody's heard it and you're not like, you haven't got a secret that you're holding. You haven't got this thing that people haven't heard yet and you want them to hear it, but it's not there and you're like, you know there's songs that they're gonna like, songs that you think is gonna make a difference, songs that you know people are gonna start talking about. How does that feel now that everybody has it in their hands?
Just the reactions, I think that's why I'm so calm.
Yeah.
Like, I know the people are checking through it differently. So it's just like...
Did you worry that people weren't?
No, but every time you make an album, yeah, really, I guess, if I'm fully honest, it's because to just see, can I do it again?
Okay.
Because why, 14 years later, 6 albums later, why does anyone have to care, really, innit?
So you're like...
Other than, obviously, I'm the guy, innit? But other than that, why should anyone care?
Why should anybody care?
If I'm honest, it's the fear that makes you make the albums as well. I think so.
I feel like once your 3 albums in, you know what you're doing. You can't really, like, do something that's wrong, no? Because people know you.
There's that. But then if you have that mentality, I feel like, then you just become this... You get complacent, like, you know what I did.
Yeah.
But other guys are doing stuff now, we all know, innit? So it's like, okay, what am I gonna do different? What I wanted to make, when I finally decided, okay, the kind of album I wanted to make, once it took shape, it's like, I wanted to make an album, a rap album that was cohesive or to the standard and to the model of all the best rap albums from the 90s that I grew up with.
Yeah.
It was probably the actual beats, that was probably the hardest part.
The bit to, like, put together. The instrumentals in there are so good. And
again, they come from so many different places, you know what I mean? So then to put them all together, you know what I mean? There's a few things that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
Everything, but like some of that West Coast sounding stuff. Like, I mean, if I didn't meet Cardo, like in LA through my friend, like...
You wouldn't have had that.
And we've met, we like knew each other for like a year before we even bothered to do anything. It was just by chance. And then a few months ago, I went to go and see Rick Rubin. So I went to his house.
Just as, like, a casual thing?
Yeah, he just called up and said I want to see Cardo. We've been trying to work with him for years and I've met him.
Stop making this conversation seem like it's normal. I don't like it.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, he just called me. He said, yeah, just come round.
He didn't call me, but he reached out to the people.
Did he know that you were working on an album?
Yeah, he's in tune to everything. He's like, but the thing is, I met him when I was on tour with Red Hot Chili Peppers years ago, because obviously he's produced the album before. So I got the call to go and say, yeah, I'll go there. Like, well, I've been waiting years, like, you know what I mean? So we went there. I sat there. By this time, I had like 3/4 of the album done.
Okay.
So I was playing him everything, and he was doing... You see, like in Fade to Black, Jay-Z thing. So he was literally sitting there with his legs crossed, doing the thing. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is happening. Like, it's really happening. And the one he really liked was Ghost.
Oh,
There's a couple others he liked. He liked Slow Your Roll, El Grandfather as well. But he liked Ghost. And I was like, right. I was like, okay. And then that's when when I left, I went back to Dan. So yeah, no, we need another one.
We need another one.
It was good because that's out of the two, they're the two that I've sat down on the buttons with him.
Really like,
everything else is done by everyone else. So, and then I know people, they expect a certain thing. Like, you need to make beats again. I did. It's there. It just doesn't sound like it did, like, whatever, 13 years ago.
How many years ago,
you know what I'm saying? So when I was getting those beats from, like, Cardo and that, and the fact he wasn't going to show me them, all them, like, West Coasty kind of thing, I was like,
I want to hear
what's that?
Yeah.
Because where am I going to get that? Like, Dr. Dre don't make beats like that no more. Like, people, that's not happening, you know what I mean? And then anyone who would be, I almost worked with, I did, but we didn't use the tracks, with a guy called Droopy. Droopy's E40's son.
Okay.
And he made a lot of E40's beats, and I'm a massive E40 fan. I listen to every, because for me, I feel like he's one of the most progressive hip-hop artists, or just artists.
Still to this day as well.
Yeah, he's got the best beats.
What MCs are you listening to right now, apart from Lil Uzi Vert?
I'll be in the barbershop, trying to explain to these kids, like, the young kids in there, like, you know, these brothers all sound the same, they've all got the same flows. Like, no, it's not. And I feel like, rah, I'm the old guy now.
Yeah,
like,
you're the old guy.
It's happening.
When you start saying things sound the same, that means you're the old guy.
Right, so I've had to sit there, because some of it like I said, I've always liked 6-7.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, and you know the problem as well? a lot of this stuff, you don't hear it loud. I might be listening to this stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm saying, it's all right.
Yeah. You're not
until you hear it loud, it's like, oh, this beat is like a bit demonic still. Like, I'll check for this.
Yeah.
And then actually play it in the car because it's like so young and forgetting I was young. I was 17.
Do you feel
18.
old now, by the way?
I've been in it so long. And like, it's not that I feel old, but I understand that like there's a bunch of 19-year-olds. Like I'm trying to tell them who Wu-Tang Clan is. And they say, yeah, no, I've heard of them. My dad knows it. I'm like, are we there? That's mad.
Is that happening to me? What about performing? I think you've always had a super energetic live performance.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your performance has changed? Do you feel like you've grown as a performer? Do you feel like that's interesting for someone to watch? Do you feel like there could be more to your performances from back in the day when you had a mic and you was barring at radio to now you're on main stages and headlining festivals?
It's more organised than it was back then. Back then was just like, I say it on the album, like you didn't even know what the DJ was gonna drop.
Yeah.
So that's all just all angst and like, oh shit, and then you make sure you get your bit in and that, so it's different. But with now, I guess I hated being told that I had to use a band. And some of them earlier, like, say when I had to first do Glastonbury or some of them other bigger festivals, like they didn't have the confidence
for it to just be you.
Yeah, I guess because they're thinking visually, like, whatever is the kind of it's like. But the music sounds better without, just not band music, mate. But we did it to get your way to show you we're gonna shell it down or whatever anyway. But then, so that's kind of things we went through first, innit? But for me, it's just about the crowd. Like, there's stuff to see, there's big screens of stuff to see. We're just gonna be running around, give you the most energy. But the crowd is almost the show. Because when they start moshing and jumping around and all that, that's what I'm there for. I'm just there to bring the music to life and see them do that. That makes my day. Because it's therapy. Because like I said, we live in a world where everyone just chats so much. The internet is just full of experts. Everyone thinks they know what they're talking about. And you know what, you see when I'm on that stage, all the talk means nothing. It's dead. Who's the best? Who's this? Who's the king? Who's the this? Whatever. Nothing. No one's standing there thinking, it's not that. It's not that. They're either getting knocked about or they're just singing along. And that's it. That's the purest thing. That's all that matters.
What's the best thing that you read about the album so far?
I guess the best thing about it is that they like the whole thing all the way through. And that's just hard to do, just whatever genre, whatever artist you are, for everyone to check for a whole album. Like that's a rare thing.
There's a lot of tracks on there.
Yeah, 16.
It's not a short album.
Right, and no features, and like long verses. When you think about it, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not all about the choruses.
Yeah,
it's like, things to really listen to.
Going in, so it's. I love that it's this receiving. Like, but again, the wait was worth it, and I'm glad I took my time because the truth is, some of these songs like I could have put out 2 years ago. Yeah. But then I wouldn't have had the rest of the body of the work and then put it all together. Some of these songs come literally in the last few months, so it's just mad how things work.
So like, because I think, well, fingers crossed, we would love to see like Stormzy get nominated for Mercury this year for his album. Jay Huss to get nominated for Mercury as well. Like, if you could say to them, like, when I won, this happened to me. Like, if you win, do this. Like, what would you say?
I don't know what I could tell them because they're kind of famous before it. Okay. Whereas I wasn't. And then I didn't know about. I didn't know that like the press could just wait outside your house and demand not to leave. Yeah, I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know.
For a Mercury Prize?
Yeah, that's what happened because I was the youngest to ever win it. For a start.
Did you feel threatened? Didn't you feel excited? Like it's not like they're there for a bad reason.
No, I didn't like it because I lived on an estate.
Oh yeah, that's
like
true.
Everything was still
a bit like
it is. Things are going on. Yeah, like, and I'll just see you bringing attention to my house. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't want that attention, and they wouldn't go until I gave them an interview. That was my first taste of
like fame.
Yeah,
life.
But these guys are real, like famous already. Yeah. So I don't know what I could say to them.
It'd probably have a different effect on them.
Yeah, they'll just like milk it for all it's worth, innit? Yeah. Well, I tried to kind of run from it. Yeah. And just get back in the studio because at the time there was all this talk about the curse of the Mercuries and all that. Like people who win it.
Was there?
Yeah, people who win it. Usually,
and then they don't know what to do, like...
Yeah, their music goes down afterwards. That was always the thing, they foul afterwards after winning it. It don't happen all the time. Arctic Monkeys just went through...
Just kept going up, yeah.
It just depends on it.
Raskit, I should say Raskit, is the album that is out right now. Thank you very much for your time.
Come on.
Let's do this all the time. Let's do like a place where you write down all the lyrics so we can actually work out what you're saying.
I need to do that. I was thinking that the other day because sometimes when I see how people write, they're close, but one little thing could change the whole context. Like, it's like, nah, but that's my fault for not bothering.
For the way you speak.
Nah, I guess, yeah. Or just it being so fast and people imagining what they would write.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time appreciating that someone would sit there and decipher your lyrics because you couldn't be bothered. So big up them, innit? Really.
Dizzee Rascal, thank you very much.
Anytime, man.
Thank you.